I skipped over probably the most popular artist we're talking about today,
Definitely.
Doja Cat. Um, what's her Spotify rank? Do you know?
10,
Oh,
50, almost 55 million monthly listeners. Meteoric rise since we talked about her second album, Hot Pink, towards the end of 2019. It was clear Doja was becoming a force in both hip hop and pop, but I certainly didn't see her becoming a plus lister. But she undoubtedly is one now.
absolutely. And you know, when I think of Doja Cat, I just think of TikTok, man. Like I feel like ever since I started getting on TikTok, I've just heard Doja Cat every third video that I swipe through.
Yeah, streets in particular really.
Yep.
That's where I've realized Doja was like really becoming big. Because Say So, which was the biggest hit off Hot Pink, that didn't get to number one until the Nicki remix comes out to push it over. But then I saw how Long the Tail Streets had, which was really just an album cut.
Mhm.
And like you see that how popular that song was on TikTok. And it's like, I don't know, Doja Cat just like made an impression and become a full fledged real artist after having some meme inducing beginnings with a song like Moo, right? Like just to get to this point is really funny. But yeah, you're right. Like she is one of the artists of TikTok without question. She has so many major TikTok hits.
Yeah, and you know, listening through Planet her third album, I feel like there's some moments on here that I'm like, wow, these songs are really good. Totally get it. Like I think it really starts off hot. I thought Woman and Naked, totally catchy, caught my ear. I was with those. But then there's some other moments that I just didn't find as interesting, especially some big moments I expected to be more taken by. Something like I Don't Do Drugs with Ariana felt totally flat for me.
Wow.
You right with The Weekend, I wasn't as caught by. But there is just something about I think her delivery and just her persona as an artist that comes through where it's just like she just sounds very cool and like she's not trying too hard, but it really works. And like it just is catchy, and I feel like even the songs I didn't like, I get why they stick for people. But it sounds like you liked the Ari song.
Yeah, so I'm with you on you, right? The Weekend song. The Weekend just didn't make as big enough impression for me. I was a little surprised by that. But I really liked I Don't Do Drugs with Ari. Reminded me a lot of Met Him Last Night, Ari's feature on the Demi Lovato album earlier this year.
Hmm.
I just felt like a really good pairing. Doja in general really plays well with others, both as a guest and on her own songs. But I love the harmony they have there. I love Doja's performance on it. I thought Ari sounded really good. And I think honestly that's just another example. I think Ariana has like this a lot of untapped potential just as doing these like banger features because like she's doing a lot on these, right? Like she's harmonizing on the hook. She's also doing her own verse, and then you have Doja doing what Doja does a lot, which is both make real pop and real hip hop at the same time. So yeah, I like that song a lot, but it already definitely doesn't steal it from Doja. This is an album that I was impressed with how kind of seamless it sounds, and
Yeah,
remains to be seen if there's like as many quote hits on this the way there were big like real hits on Hot Pink, but it's definitely a step up in terms of like album construction sense because she just sounds like super comfortable on this, right? Like it is this. And I think that's just because Doja has so much baked in versatility as a performer at this point that
yeah,
she can really just bounce around on these songs and do something that's like really just hip hop, like get into it, yeah, which has like that really awesome like call and response kind of section. And then she can make like these much more silkier pop songs, and she does both really well.
yeah. She does, and you know, I would never have thought about her in this way, but just someone like Cardi, Meg, Nicki. I mean, her rapping ability is right up there. I feel like with them, maybe not. They might be like tier A, and she's like upper tier B, but
Yeah, I know
she
that
really
sounds
can
great.
spit a good verse. Like something like "Get Into It." Yeah, I really thought she flowed really well on that. I was really impressed with that. I thought that was a really good song. And I think for me, just in kind of thinking about the most in the album that worked, I really like it when I think vibe more with the Doja Cat songs that are more upbeat. I think that's why I really liked Woman and Naked, something that's a little
Mhm.
bit more poppy. I Don't Do Drugs is a little bit more toned back. It almost feels like something from Ari's recent
Yeah,
album in a sense, which is kind
definitely.
of funny. But yeah, I really like Kiss Me More with SZA. That's another song that's
Of
going around
course.
TikTok right now and
Yep. Big hit.
just sticky. So I agree. I think there's a lot to like here. I'm impressed with the artist she's become because if you had asked me probably 2 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, she's a TikTok artist. Like, she's a
Right.
little bit above that because we talked about Hot Pink, and I
Yeah.
think we both thought there was more there, but yeah, I wasn't really totally taken by her. But this changed my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, Kiss Me More as the lead single off this album impressed me a lot because that's another example of Doja doing both things at once. It's like completely a pop song, but she also has like a really awesome rap breakdown in it too.
Hmm.
And I actually think SZA is almost a little redundant on that song because
Yeah.
Doja's doing so much already. Like by the time SZA comes in, it's like almost besides the point. But and also like this album coming out when it did, her third album, it's been a little over a year since Hot Pink, but Doja has been so omnipresent this whole time. I was not expecting her to release a bunch of brand new stuff quite this soon because she had really just been coasting off Hot
Yeah.
Pink for a year plus. But then again, I guess that's being smart because now she's gonna stick around for another year with all the
Yep.
stuff on this. So yeah, it's cool to see the level up for sure, and it's also, I guess, funny, sad, whatever, interesting to see how any controversy, any misquote, any uh, goof she does has said in the past, currently, just bounces off her.
Mhm.
She's so popular, so successful.
Yeah. And that's just to mention she does have three songs produced by Dr. Luke on this
Yeah,
album,
say
which
so
is
as well.
um yeah, so it's she doesn't shy away from the controversy. I will say I don't think the Dr. Luke songs are any of the more memorable
No,
ones, which
he's still
actually
using
one
the
of them
fake
is
name for that, right? He was doing that in Hot Pink.
at least on Wikipedia he's listed as Dr. Luke.
Oh wow,
So
okay, yeah, he was using like a pseudonym on Hot Pink. I guess at this point, it's like he doesn't give a fuck. Neither does she, clearly, and
yeah.
also people eat it up. So
Mhm. People are talking.
it is what it
Um
is.
But yeah, I mean, Doja Cat, a force to be reckoned with, and we'll be putting a song from each of these albums onto our Spotify Nostalgia Best of 2021 playlist. So check that out. It's in the show notes.